Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every human life when the noise finally dies down, the distractions fade, the room goes quiet, and you can hear your own heartbeat asking you a question you've been avoiding for years. Are you really doing what you were born to do? Or are you just rehearsing the life you keep promising yourself you'll live someday? Tone night. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to confront you because you say you want change, but you move like you're afraid of the cost. You want transformation, but you cling to the habits that guarantee you stay exactly the same. You want progress, but you keep choosing the very patterns that keep you stuck. And deep down, you feel it. That tension between who you are and who you know you could be. That quiet war between the life you talk about and the life you actually live. That heaviness in your chest every time you look in the mirror and realize you've been negotiating with your potential instead of fighting for it. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you are standing at the edge of greatness, but you're living like you've got 1,000 years left. You keep waiting for a perfect moment, but the perfect moment is waiting for you to wake up. You keep telling yourself one day while life keeps whispering back. What if you don't get one day more? You want discipline, but you chase comfort. You want big results, but you take small steps. You want to rise, but you keep running back to the behaviors that bear you. And listen, I'll say this with love. You can't outrun the truth. You can't hide from the work. You can't talk your way into a future you aren't willing to grind for. Tonight is that line in the sand. Tonight is the moment the old you dies and the real you gets introduced. If you're ready, let's go.
Listen to me closely because I'm about to say something that might hurt your feelings. But I promise you, I'm only saying it because I love you too much to let you stay average. And I need you to understand that the reason you are standing in the exact same spot you were standing in last year isn't because you lack talent. And it isn't because you lack resources. And it certainly isn't because you don't have a dream. No, the problem is that you are addicted to the announcement of the dream more than you are committed to the execution of the work. Stop telling everybody what you're finna do and show me what you've done. You think you know why you're stuck? You think it's the economy, you think it's your boss, you think it's the lack of time, but you are lying to yourself. And deep down in the quiet moments when you can't scroll through your phone to distract yourself, you know exactly what the problem is, but you're afraid to look at it. Let me paint the picture for you. Let me take you into that room where you hide. It's 10:30 at night. You've got the laptop open. You've got the coffee mug sitting there. You've got the perfect playlist on, and you feel good. You feel like a beast. You feel like you're about to take over the world. So what do? You pick up your phone. You snap a picture of the setup. You post it on your story with a caption that says grind mode or building the empire, and then you sit back and wait for the little red hearts to start popping up. You wait for the comments, you wait for the applause, and for the next hour, you are checking your notifications instead of checking your progress. You are high on the feedback. You get a rush from people telling you good job for a job you haven't even started yet. You've got CEO in your bio. You've got entrepreneur in your caption. You've got future millionaire written on your vision board, but your laptop has been closed for 3 days straight. You are building a reputation for talking. You are building a brand of I'm gonna, but you have zero inventory of I did. I need you to look in the mirror right now. I need you to look at that person staring back at you and admit the ugly truth. You are in love with the title of boss, but you are allergic to the hours of the worker. You want the glory, but you run from the grime. You want the public victory, but you refuse the private defeat. And let me tell you the science behind why you keep doing this. Because this isn't just you being lazy. This is biology hijacking your future. It's called premature dopamine release. When you open your mouth and tell people your plans, when you announce, I'm going to lose 20 pounds or I'm going to write that book, your brain releases the reward chemical, dopamine. Right then and there, it gives you the satisfaction of the finish line before you have even stepped on the track. You tricked your brain. You got the high without the hustle. You got the medal without running the race. And because your brain already feels satisfied, because it already got the cookie, it has no drive left to actually do the work. You starved your motivation by feeding your ego. You are walking around satisfied with your potential while your reality is crumbling. And that is a dangerous place to be. That is a tragedy in the making, because potential is just a fancy word for you haven't done it yet. So enough is enough. This is the year we stop the theater. This is the year we stop performing for an audience that doesn't pay our bills. I am giving you the tool right now. I am handing you the weapon you need to kill that addiction, and it is called the Ghost Protocol. Listen to me. This is what you are going to do for the next 30 days. You are going to go dark. I mean, pitch black. No announcements, no status updates about your journey, no Instagram stories showing how hard you are working in the gym. If you are writing a book, nobody should know until it is on the shelf. If you are building a business, nobody should know until the website is live and processing payments. You are going to create an environment of total isolation. Lights low, headphones on, door locked, and you are going to force your brain to starve for that dopamine. Hit until you have earned it. Imagine you are at dinner with your friends and they ask you, hey, what are you working on these days? And every fiber of your being wants to brag. Every part of you wants to say, oh, I am about to launch this huge project. But instead, you look them in the eye. You smile and you say, I'm just working, and you change the subject. You hold that energy in. You keep that fire inside your chest. You let it burn you. You let that pressure build up until the only way to release it is to actually finish the project. When you stop leaking your energy on announcements, you become dangerous. You become a force of nature. You shift your identity from being a talker to being an executor. A talker needs validation to start. An executor needs results to sleep. A talker needs a cheerleading squad. An executor needs a deadline. You have to decide right now who you are going to be. Are you going to be the person who talks about the mountain, or are you going to be the person who climbs it in the dark and plants the flag at the top while everyone else is still sleeping? If you keep chasing claps without finishes, people will stop believing your words, and eventually you will stop believing your own words. And once you stop trusting yourself, it is game over. You cannot afford to lose trust in you. You owe it to you. You owe it to the future version of yourself to shut your mouth and move your hands. So here is the challenge. Here is the mandate. No more announcements, just results. No more announcements, just results. I don't want to hear about it. I want to see it. I don't want your plan. I want your proof. The world has enough dreamers. It is starving for finishers. Be the one who finishes. Go ghost. Do the work and let your success make the noise for you. Listen to me, because what I am about to tell you is the single biggest reason why you are frustrated, why you are broke, why you are out of shape, and why you are still looking up at the mountain instead of standing on top of it. And you think you know why you're stuck. You think it's because you don't have the motivation. You think it's because the spark hasn't hit you yet. But you are wrong. You are dead wrong, and you don't even see the trap you've walked into. I don't care how you feel. Results don't respond to your feelings. They respond to your effort. You are walking around waiting to feel like it. But let me tell you something about feeling like it. That feeling is a lie. That feeling is a ghost. And if you wait for it to show up, you are going to be waiting until they put you in the ground. You have convinced yourself that high performers, that the people winning at the highest level somehow wake up every day with a smile on their face and a fire in their belly. But that is a fairy tale you tell yourself to justify why you haven't moved. You think LeBron James feels like practicing every day. You think the CEO feels like looking at spreadsheets at 11 p.m. No, they do it because the standard demands it. Not because their feelings approved it. Let me take you to the scene of the crime. Let's go to 5:45 in the morning, right there in your bedroom. The room is cold, the blankets are heavy, and they feel like the warmest, safest place on earth. And then that alarm goes off. Buzz, 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 and in that split second, you face the battle of your life. You look at the phone, your eyes are burning, your body is heavy, and that little voice in the back of your head starts the negotiation. It whispers, just 10 more minutes. You worked hard yesterday. You can start tomorrow. It's too cold. And what do? You listen to the voice. You negotiate with the alarm clock. You let a temporary emotion make a permanent decision about your future. You lie there and you let your feelings vote on whether or not you're going to be great today. And every time you hit that snooze button, you are voting for mediocrity. Stop lying to yourself. You claim you want to be a beast. You claim you want to change your family's legacy. You claim you want the top spot, but your behavior is telling on you. You want a savage life, but you have a soft work ethic. You are letting your mood dictate your movement. And that is a dangerous way to live because your mood is like the weather. It changes every hour. You can't build a skyscraper if you stop working every time it rains. And you can't build a dream if you stop working every time you feel sad or tired or anxious. Now, I need you to understand the science of this so you can stop beating yourself up and start breaking out of the cage. Because this isn't just about you being lazy. This is biology. This is your brain playing a trick on you called the safety trap, or what scientists call limbic friction. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. Its only job is to keep you safe, keep you warm, and keep you comfortable. So when you try to do something hard, when you try to get up and grind, your brain screams stop, because it wants to conserve energy. That resistance you feel, that heaviness in your chest, that isn't a sign that you shouldn't do it. That is a sign that you are pushing against your biology. You are trying to evolve, and your old self is fighting to stay alive. But you have to override the biology. You have to hijack the system. I am giving you the tool right now, the specific protocol to break the negotiation, and it is called the feet on the floor rule. Listen to me. When that alarm goes off, or when you are sitting in your car outside the gym staring at the steering wheel, or when you are looking at that pile of work you need to do, you do not have permission to think. Thinking is the enemy. The longer you think, the more time you give your feelings to come up with an excuse. You have exactly 5 seconds to bypass your brain. Here is the rule. When the moment comes, you don't check in with your emotions. You don't ask yourself, how do I feel? You simply move your body. You swing your legs out of the bed and you put your feet on the floor. Bam! Physical contact. You stand up before your mind wakes up. You put the sneakers on before your feelings can find the remote control. You engage the body, and the mind has no choice but to follow. Imagine it's Friday night. You're exhausted. Your boss was a nightmare, and you promised yourself you work on your side business. You walk through the front door, and that couch looks like heaven. The television remote is calling your name, and you feel that wave of "I'm too tired" washing over you. In that moment, most people fold, but not you, not anymore. You use the rule. You don't sit down. You don't take off your shoes. You walk straight to the desk. You open the laptop, and you type the first sentence. You don't wait for inspiration. You force the action. You act your way into the feeling. You don't feel your way into the action. When you start living like this, when you stop consulting your emotions for permission to be great, you go through a massive identity shift. You stop being a victim of mood, and you become a master of momentum. You need to understand the hierarchy of your internal house. Your feelings are passengers, not the driver. Passengers, not the driver. Imagine you are driving a car and you have a toddler in the back seat screaming, crying, throwing a tantrum because they want ice cream. Do you let the toddler grab the steering wheel and crash the car? No. You keep your hands on 10 and 2 and you keep driving toward the destination. Your feelings are that toddler. They can scream, they can cry, they can tell you they are tired, but they do not get to touch the wheel. You are the driver. You decide where this car goes. If your feelings keep driving, they are going to crash your future into the same wall every single year, and you are going to look back on your life filled with regret because you were too tired to build the life you deserve. So here's the challenge, and I am not asking you, I am telling you, stop negotiating with yourself. The negotiation is closed. The contract is signed. When the alarm rings, you get up. When the schedule says work, you work. When the feelings say stop, you go harder, you owe it to you. You owe it to you to see how strong you actually are when you stop babying yourself. Get your feet on the floor. Stand up. Take the wheel back. Your feelings are irrelevant. Your future is non-negotiable. Listen to me, because I need to save you from the biggest lie you have ever told yourself. And I need you to hear this clearly, because this is the exact reason why you start every January with a fire in your belly and end every December with ice in your veins, wondering why the dream didn't happen. You think you're failing because the goal is too hard. You think you're failing because the market is saturated or because you don't have the connections. But I am here to tell you that is nonsense. The reason you haven't finished, the reason you are still standing on the starting line while others are crossing the finish line, is because you have too many places to run when it gets hot. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how gifted you are. If you have a safety net, you will never fly. You have a plan B tucked in your back pocket. You have an exit strategy mapped out in the back of your mind. And as long as you have a way out, you will never fight like your life depends on it. You claim you want this dream more than anything. You cry about it. You pray about it. but your behavior shows me that you are terrified of letting go of the shore. You are trying to swim to the other side of the ocean, but you keep one hand on the dock just in case you get tired. You cannot swim to new horizons if you are holding on to the safety of the shore. Let's go to the real scene. Let's go to that moment on Tuesday night when the pressure gets heavy. You're working on your business, or you're studying for that certification, or you're trying to save that marriage, and suddenly it gets difficult. Suddenly the rejection email comes in. Suddenly the numbers don't add up. What do? I tell you what you do. You lean back in your chair. You let out a sigh, and you say to yourself, well, if this doesn't work out, I can always go back to my old job. Or if I don't lose the weight this month, there is always next year. Or if this relationship fails, I can always go back to my ex. You comfort yourself with the backup plan. You use your plan B as an emotional pacifier to soothe the pain of the struggle. And right there, in that split second of comfort, you lost. You killed the dream right there. I need you to catch this contrast. I need you to feel this in your gut. You are treating your dream like a mistress. You see it when it is convenient. You visit it on the weekends, but you expect it to treat you like a spouse and support you for life. You cannot have a part-time commitment and expect a full-time lifestyle. You cannot give 50% effort and expect a 100% payout. Life does not work that way. Stop lying to yourself. You are not being smart. You are not being cautious. You are being cowardly. You are keeping one foot out the door because you are afraid to bet on yourself. And let me break down the psychology for you. Because science proves that your safety net is actually the thing that is strangling your success. It's called the safety net paradox. Researchers have found that when the human brain knows there is a backup plan, when it knows there is a soft landing, if you fall, it actually reduces your performance on the primary task. Your brain is an energy-conserving machine. If it knows failure isn't fatal, if it knows you have a plan B to catch you, it will not give you the adrenaline. It will not give you the focus. It will not give you the desperation you need to break through the wall. You are literally chemically handicapping yourself by keeping your options open. As long as you have a plan B, your plan A is doomed to die of starvation. So we are done with the games. We are done with the I'll try. I don't want you to try. I want you to commit. I am giving you the tool right now. And this is not for the weak. This is not for the timid. This is for the person who is ready to burn the boats. It is called the burn ritual. Here is what you are going to do. You are going to identify the one crutch that allows you to escape reality. Maybe it's that Netflix subscription you run to when you're stressed. Maybe it's that video game console that eats up your weekends. Maybe it's the phone number of that toxic person you keep calling when you feel lonely. Maybe it is the job application you keep updating just in case. You are going to take that crutch and you are going to kill it. I mean, physically remove the option to retreat. Cancel the subscription, delete the account, throw the junk food in the trash, call that person and say, do not contact me again. Burn the bridge. Imagine you are standing in your living room holding that controller or looking at that app and you feel the fear. You feel the what if I need this rising up in your throat. That fear is the old you trying to survive. You look that fear in the face. You say, I am not going back, and you unplug it. You throw it out. You watch the garbage truck take it away. In that moment, when you realize there is no turning back, your brain will switch gears. Panic will turn into power. Fear will turn into focus. When you have no choice but to succeed, you will find a way to succeed. You have to shift your identity. You have to move from being a dabbler who dips their toe in the water to a conqueror who dives in and refuses to come up until they have the treasure. As long as you keep a way out, you will never go all in. And listen to me, half, it never gets full results. You can't be kind of pregnant and you can't be kind of successful. You are either in or you are out. So here's the mandate. No more back doors, no more escape routes, no more back doors, no more escape routes. I challenge you today, not tomorrow. Today, kill your plan B. Cut the cord. Make it impossible to fail because failure is no longer an option available on the menu. You owe it to you to see what happens when you have nowhere to run. But forward, burn the boats. Look at the horizon and go get what is yours. Listen to me closely because this is the final piece of the puzzle. And if you don't catch this, everything else I've told you is going to waste and you're going to wake up 5 years from now in the exact same spot. wearing the exact same clothes, driving the exact same car, with the exact same regret burning a hole in your chest. You act like you have forever. You act like time is infinite. It is running out while you sit there thinking you are moving through life with a casual attitude, but you expect a catastrophic success. And those two things do not go together. They are like oil and water. And you need to understand that the clock is not ticking for you. It is ticking against you. Some of you are moving like you got a signed contract with time. Like God printed you a piece of paper that guarantees you get 80 years on this earth. But let me tell you something that might shake you up. You don't know when your expiration date is. You are playing a game of Russian roulette with your potential every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow. Because one day, and I promise you this, one day you are going to say, I'll do it tomorrow, and you aren't going to get a tomorrow. Let me take you into your living room. Let me show you what you look like when you disrespect the clock. It's Thursday afternoon. You have a project due. You have a business plan to write, or you have a workout to do. You look at the calendar and you see the deadline is 2 weeks away. What do? You let out a breath, your shoulders drop, and you say, I've got plenty of time. You turn on the television, you scroll through social media, you call your friend to talk about nothing for 2 hours. You feel relieved, you feel good because you push the pressure away. But what you don't realize is that while you are chilling, while you are relaxing, your opportunity is expiring. You are trading your destiny for a temporary moment of comfort. You are frustrated by your lack of progress, yet you are the one pressing the pause button. You are waiting for the perfect time. But the perfect time is a myth created by fearful people who are afraid to launch. Stop lying to yourself. You are not waiting for inspiration. You are waiting for permission, and nobody is coming to give it to you. You want the 1% lifestyle, but you move with 99% speed. You claim you want to be a diamond, but you refuse to apply the pressure. You claim you want to be elite, but you work with the urgency of a hobbyist. And I need you to understand the psychology behind this, because your brain is playing a trick on you. And if you don't catch it, you will waste your life. It is called Parkinson's law. Listen to me. Parkinson's law says that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. That means if you give yourself 30 days to write a chapter, it is going to take you 30 days to write that chapter. Not because the work is hard, but because you will spend 29 days messing around, overthinking, and procrastinating, and then you will become a superhero in the last 24 hours. You know I'm telling the truth. How many times have you cleaned your entire house in 30 minutes because guests were coming over? How many times have you finished a 10-page paper in one night because it was due at 8 a.m.? You have the ability to be a beast. You have the ability to be a machine, but you only turn it on when you have no other choice. So why are you waiting for the world to give you a deadline? Why are you waiting for your boss or your professor or the bank to put a gun to your head before you start moving? You need to put the gun to your own head. I am giving you the tool right now to destroy procrastination. I am giving you the weapon to reclaim your time, and it is called the half-life deadline. Here is what you are going to do, and you are going to do it today. Take the deadline. You think you need to finish this project, and I want you to cut it in half. If you think it takes 2 weeks, set the alarm for 1 week. If you think it takes a month, give yourself 15 days. But that's not enough. You need to attach a consequence to it that scares you, a consequence that hurts. I want you to call someone you love, someone you respect. Maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your mentor, and I want you to tell them, if I don't finish this project by Friday at 5 p.m., I will send you $500, or I will not touch my phone for a week, or I will give away my favorite pair of sneakers. You have to manufacture the crisis. You have to create the fire. Imagine it's Wednesday and usually you'd be slacking off, but because you set that half-life deadline, because you have $500 on the line, you are laser focused. You aren't checking Instagram. You aren't watching Netflix. You are locked in. You are typing faster. You are thinking clearer. You are moving with a desperate energy. You have tricked your brain into thinking it is life or death. And because of that, you are producing at a level you didn't even know you were capable of. When you stop disrespecting the clock, you shift your identity. You stop being a procrastinator who is always running behind, and you become a finisher who is always ahead of the game. You need to engrave this into your spirit. You need to tattoo this on your heart. Time is not your friend. Time is not your friend. Time is indifferent to you. Time will keep ticking whether you are successful or whether you are broke. Time will keep moving whether you are building your dream or building someone else's. You don't lose years in one big shot. Nobody wakes up and suddenly loses a decade. You lose them one. I'll do it tomorrow at a time. You lose them one snooze button at a time. You lose them one I am not ready yet at a time. So here's the challenge. Here is the final call to action. Stop acting like you have a spare life in the trunk. This is the only one you get. Look at the clock. That second that just passed, it's gone forever. That hour you just wasted, you can never buy it back. No matter how rich you get, set the deadline, cut it in half. Make it hurt and finish what you started. You owe it to the person you promised you would become. Get up, look at the time, and realize that the only time you have is right now. Let's go.